Lone Star.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that.
Well,
when did that come out? That was like
87.
Oh, I was gonna say late 80s, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 87. And apparently, though, they're making a sequel to it. So.
Really?
Yeah. Which would be awesome. Obviously, because I remember reading a little blurb on it because Mel Brooks is like, well, you know what? Why the hell not? There's all these Star Wars movies come back out. You might as well do like a reboot and do like a second Spaceballs, because initially the first one said, well, we'll see you all for Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, and that's what's going to be called, The Search for More Money.
It's brilliant.
And the only thing is, and I respect Mel Brooks for this. He said, well, no, there will be 3 characters that won't be in it out of respect for because they passed on for one, and it goes, no one can recreate that magic. So there won't be any Dot Matrix, who was voiced by Joan Rivers. There won't be any Barf, who was John Candy.
I was going to say John Candy was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. So they're not going to do that. And I think I'm not sure. Is Dick Van Patten still alive?
I've got a clue.
Because he did King. Okay, it's not a big deal. He did King Roland, so I'm not sure. But I know Dot and Barf will not be in it for sure, hands down, just because out of respect, and that Mel Brooks knows well enough that they can't recreate that magic. Anybody else? So
here you go. The power of Google. He died in 2015.
Oh, Dick Van Patten.
Yeah. Sorry,
okay.
Yeah.
He's kind of like he died. Like, well who?
Sorry, Dick Van Patten.
Yeah.
There you go.
My condolences, I think.
Yeah.
So,
probably a bit late.
Yeah.
We're over it.
It's turning into like a Monty Python sketch here.
Yeah, it's going to get surreal.
Yeah.
Only like 4 songs in.
Yeah, right. So next up is it's one of our personal favorites for sure, and we can't say any more good things about the album, and it is on the tripped out creepy side, but the backstory to it is absolutely incredible, and it is quite the story, and it's pretty messed up, but man, you can't deny how good this artist is and how hard he works. And this is, of course, ill-advised Harry. We've talked to you a few times, and he's just one guy. You can't not respect the guy for the work he does. So here we go with a song called American Psycho off his album Masochist. Dig this.
Sense that we can accomplish more. And in the end, this may be the eventual person who's going to and if not marry, but it's so funny, isn't it?
Right on. That was American Psycho. Now, you're probably wondering why I picked that because it's a short one. I did just because it fits, obviously, for one, and, I'm the DJ, but... but that aside, it did have significance and relevance to how it kind of pan across, because more or less with that one, it's not just the electronic and the kind of heavy, kind of dark side to it. It's the lyrics as well. You kind of got to pay attention to the lyrics and hear what's going on. It kind of gives you a bit more appreciation for the song of how dark it is, and for such a short period of time.
Yeah, definitely. Harry is he's just every week he writes something on Twitter or posts something somewhere, and I just like him that little bit more. I've got man crush from Harry. But he's quality. He's such a good guy. And it's such a good album. And you're right. I like. He actually commented, didn't he? He said, "I like the fact that you play the short random tracks on this show as well as the proper tracks as well." And it's like, well, yeah, because it's cool. So
well,
not,
exactly.
Right?
We want to get the whole chance album, whether it's short or long. You know, just sometimes it helps out too because it kind of we can fit an extra song in.
Exactly. So why wouldn't you do it? But yeah, no, it's cool. And you're right, when you kind of hone in on what's being said and listen to it, it's cool. It's such a good album. I've said so many times, and I can't probably say it enough times. It's such a good album, and every track is excellent on it. So that's the thing. You just gotta. Just go and buy it.
Yeah, exactly. It's available right now. And that being said, you got to pick up his first one, Parkway Divides, as well. 2 completely different albums, but man, are they both killer, and each in their own way. But
Parkway was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed Parkway, and that was I first heard him on this show as a listener rather than a host or co-host, and I was really impressed. But Masochist is so different. But in absolutely a good way. It's just bang on the money,
to say the least, right?
Yeah.
So next up, we got another great band. This band is called Pink Cigar, and the song's called Nasty. Dig this.
I'm a screaming love child. I want your
Right on. Pink Cigar with Nasty. That was pretty heavy punk rock, man. Like, I really, really like these guys. It always, man, it kind of gets me like really pumped up, and when I listen to them, and it's just so catchy too. You know, they're like an old school like Bad Religion, like No Effect sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. For me, the more I listen to them, the more they remind me of Aerosmith. They got that. I don't want to call it glam because that's got a bad reputation. But,
like Aerosmith, like Toys in the Attic, or like Pump, or that sort of thing. Notice how I'm hovering in a certain time period here, right?
Yeah, like a heavier Pump, I suppose.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? A heavier Pump's a little bit cheesy in places, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'll definitely give you that.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's something about it that reminds me. But it's the whole thing about Aerosmith is they're fantastic. Honkin' on Bobo is my favourite Aerosmith album, and that's all blues covers. They kind of do everything, don't they? But I don't know, something about it, something about the way that he plays the guitar reminds me, you know, the riffage just reminds me of that kind of era. But yeah, it's got a whole load of stuff because they're really kind of garagey. They're really there's an element of hardcore. There's almost a little bit of Black Flag in some of the stuff that they do. But then the vocals kind of bring out a sort of rock and roll vibe as opposed to punk. They also remind me of Sweet Johnny. Is that a weird thing to say?
No.
Those two should do a gig together. That would be cool. But yeah, I think Pink Cigar are fantastic. I haven't yet seen them live, but I have been told I must because apparently they're excellent. So I'm going to try and find a show nearby, and they're gigging all the time, I think, up in London, which isn't too far away from me. So I will hopefully get to see them very soon. But yeah, I think they're quality. I think they've got good things to come.
Then just a couple things. Quick sidetrack here. First off, on the mention of Aerosmith. Sure. Do you remember when they were on The Simpsons for the Flaming Moe drink?
Yeah.
But, you know, hello, St. Louis. Steven Springfield. Oh, okay, whatever. And then in the back is like Jody Kramer's like, Mrs. Krabappel, I really need my drumsticks back. You should come and get them, big boy, right?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So, and the other thing, speaking of Aerosmith, now for Aerosmith and another popular band around then, I might as well give you the name, but I'm sure I'm putting you in a spot here, but I know you can give me the transition. So, with Aerosmith and Genesis, what transition was made from instrument to something else?
Is it to do with drums to vocals?
Yep.
Or vocals to drums?
No, yeah, that's right. No, drums to vocals.
Drums to vocals.
So, first one for Aerosmith.
Did Steven Tyler used to play drums?
Done. And second.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Phil
Second.
Collins.
There you go.
Phil Collins. Yeah, I didn't know that about
really,
him.
eh?
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, man. He used to drum before he sang. And then Dream On, I think it was the first song he sang. It's like, okay, what the hell are you doing drums for?
Yeah, fair. Well, he's got a cracking voice, isn't he? So,
right. So there's a little information, which is it's pretty out there for the most part. I mean, it's not really kind of like a random piece, or not, let's say random, but not an obscure piece of information. I mean, it's pretty well known for the most fact. So
now I know those two, and I can think of one more, which is Dave Grohl. I can't think of any others. But who's your favourite drums to vocals?
Drums to vocals. You know what? I am probably gonna be judged really heavily for this, you know, but I'm going based on Genesis and early solo work. I know I'm gonna be judged for this, but man, I want to say Phil Collins.
Nice. I think they're all valid choices. I mean, there could be 100 others, but
Steven Tyler's great, but yeah, man, Phil Collins. He that's the thing, is like Steven Tyler wasn't a bad drummer, but Phil Collins, you know, he'd blow him out of the water. Like, Phil Collins was a fantastic drummer and a great singer too. So,
yeah, you see, I would go with Steven Tyler because I think he's the one that's got the best voice of the three. And also, I think it's cheating if you go for Dave Grohl because there were two different bands.
Well, yeah.
Well, three different bands. He was in Scream as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I kind of think that's not. It is drums to vocals, but it's cheating, really, isn't it? So I would go. I think Steven Tyler's got the best voice, so I would go him as my favourite. I told you it's going to get more surreal.
Yeah.
I didn't plan that conversation.
No.